All right, for today's brief, we are driving headfirst into one of the biggest, fastest transformations happening in education right now on college campuses. This is a revolution being led by students, and believe me, it is changing absolutely everything. And it all starts with this one number. This number right here, it pretty much sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. Yup, 90%. That's how many university students are using AI today. We are so far past this being a niche tech trend. This is a massive fundamental shift, and it's creating this incredible energy, but also a whole lot of tension on campus. So, what does it actually feel like on the ground? Well, from what we're hearing from students, it's a story of two competing vibes, a mix of chaos and excitement all happening at the same time. On one hand, you've got this real sense of confusion. Universities are frankly scrambling to figure out the rules, which leaves students in this weird gray area where the guidelines can change from one class to the next. But then, on the other hand, there is this incredible surge of energy and just pure experimentation. Students aren't exactly waiting for a green light. They're already out there exploring, building, and really pushing the limits of what these tools can do. And this right here perfectly sums up that inconsistent landscape students are dealing with. You could have one professor who bans AI entirely, while the professor in the classroom right next door is making it a required part of the course. It's the Wild West, honestly. Okay, so we know it's a big deal, but how exactly are students using these tools? Let me tell you, it goes way, way beyond just helping with essays. So first, you've got what you might call the standard stuff, the things that have just exploded into daily academic life. Getting a quick summary of a 2-hour lecture, getting instant feedback on a paper. AI has become the new must-have study buddy. But honestly, that's not even the most interesting part. The real story, the thing that's truly revolutionary, is what happens when students stop just using AI and start building with it. The barrier to creating software has just completely crumbled. Think about this. Students who have never written a single line of code in their life are now building and launching their own apps to solve problems for their friends and classmates. I mean, that is a total game changer for student innovation. Take this, for example, a simple but brilliant app called Coursier. And let's be real, we have all been there, right? Staring at the course catalog, just hitting refresh, 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 hoping to get into a class. And here's a student explaining just how big a deal that is. It's a perfect example of seeing a common pain point on campus and using AI to fix it, like immediately. So all of this massive adoption, from homework help to building custom apps, it naturally leads to a much bigger, more fundamental question about what higher education is even for anymore. And this is the million-dollar question. Is AI a tool or is it a crutch? According to the students themselves, how you answer that really gets to the heart of why you're at university in the first place. Are you there to actually learn or just to get the diploma? What's so fascinating is that the technology itself is neutral, right? It just acts like a giant magnifying glass for a student's own goals. If you want to learn more, it helps you go deeper. If you want to save time for a part-time job, it helps you do that. It just amplifies what's already there. This quote just hits so hard. It really captures this huge shift in who's responsible for learning. The guardrails are kind of gone. The power, and really the burden, to actually learn something now falls almost completely on the student. And when AI is used as a crutch, you get this new thing called AI slop. We've all seen it, right? That generic, slightly off text that just screams a human did not write this. Students are getting really good at spotting it, and they're realizing it's not the shortcut they thought it was. Now, this whole new world doesn't just stop at the campus gates. Oh no. It follows graduates right into the high-stakes game of the job hunt, where AI is turning into both a major source of anxiety and a huge opportunity. For anyone graduating right now, AI has totally reshaped the job hunt. It's a classic double-edged sword. On one side, you have to navigate past all the corporate AI screeners. But on the other, if you have AI skills yourself, you are suddenly in very high demand. And this student's experience just perfectly captures that feeling of frustration. You pour your heart and soul into an application, you hit send, and then minutes later you get that automated rejection. It can feel really dehumanizing. But here is the flip side. If you really know your way around AI, you are in a fantastic position. AI fluency isn't just some buzzword to put on a resume anymore. It's a non-negotiable, must-have skill for the world's top companies. So,
You've got students moving at light speed. You've got a job market that's demanding these new skills. What in the world does this all mean for the future of the universities themselves?
Well, what we're seeing is this big and growing gap. Students are digital natives. They integrated AI into their lives practically overnight. But the institutions, the professors, the administration, they're moving at a much, much slower, more cautious pace. And all of this leaves us with one last really provocative question. If the students are outpacing their own schools, who's actually in the driver's seat shaping the future of learning? It kind of feels like the answer is already logging on.